Do you know that heavy feeling in your stomach when you see a letter from the bank on your desk or receive a payment completed notification on your phone? For most people, money is a means to an end. But for you, it feels like an alarm clock that never stops ringing. It's background noise that drains your energy before you even get out of bed. If you've ever felt guilty about spending money on something you really needed, or if you feel that no matter how much you earn, the feeling of something will go wrong will never go away. Welcome. Today we're not going to talk about spreadsheets. We're going to talk about how your past has transformed money from a tool into a threat. We're going to understand why, to your brain, financial security doesn't feel like peace. It feels like a minefield. We often treat money like math, income minus expenses. But your brain isn't a calculator, it's a survival tool. If you grew up in a home where money was the reason for shouting matches in the kitchen, or where the heavy silence of its absence suffocated the house, your nervous system recorded a dangerous lesson. For you, money is not associated with pleasure or freedom. It is associated with conflict. When you open your banking app and feel your heart race, it's not a lack of maturity. It's your limbic system reacting to a scarcity trauma. You've entered fight-or-flight mode. That's why you avoid looking at your statement. It's not irresponsibility. It's your brain trying to protect you from emotional pain. It hasn't yet learned to process. Here's something that almost no one discusses on YouTube: the strange feeling that being on the financial edge is somehow safe. It sounds crazy, I know. But for those who associate money with stress, financial success brings a new kind of anxiety. The anxiety of maintenance. Many people sabotage themselves when they start earning well. They spend what they shouldn't or miss deadlines, returning to a state of tightness. Why? Because tightness is a monster they already know. The fear of being a rich person and perhaps becoming arrogant, or the fear that others will start asking for favors, creates an invisible barrier. You prefer the stress of a negative balance, which you already know how to manage, to the stress of the unknown that comes with abundance. For another group of people, money is stressful because it has become a symbol of their lack of freedom. If you're in a job that drains your soul just for the paycheck, your subconscious starts to hate the money you receive. Each 100 real note represents an hour of humiliation or boredom that you will never recover. Money starts to have a bitter taste. This generates a classic behavior: revenge spending. You spend on frivolous things on the weekend just to feel like you have some power over your life, but on Monday, the stress returns twofold. Money has ceased to be your passport and has become your shackle. There's a silent shame in being bad with money when you're already a functioning adult in every other area. You solve complex problems at work, take care of your family, but freeze up when faced with basic financial organization. This shame stems from comparison. You see influencers talking about investing as if it were the easiest thing in the world, and you feel broken. But the truth is, they're teaching someone who's terrified of engines how to drive a car. The problem isn't the car. It's what happened in the last accident you witnessed. The shame only grows in the dark. As long as you don't admit that your relationship with money is emotional, not technical, stress will continue to be your main partner. Living by associating money with stress has a physical cost. It's what we call financial hypervigilance. You check your balance 10 times a day. You lose sleep mentally calculating next month's bills, even though you know you have the money. This wears down your decision-making ability. At the end of the day, you're exhausted, not from the work itself, but from the mental battle of, what if I'm absent? This decision fatigue leads you to make poor choices, which generates more stress, creating an endless cycle. You're not living. You're just preventing disaster from happening, and that's an exhausting way to exist. So how do we begin to shift the polarity of this? First, stop punishing yourself for being afraid. Fear is an honest response to your history. The second step is to begin to disassociate money from your identity. You are not your bank balance, and your parents' money is not your destiny. Money needs to return to what it truly is, an inanimate object. It has no power to harm you unless you place it in the position of a judge or executioner. Start small. Look at your money in moments of calm, not just when bills are due. Teach your body that it is safe to have and see money. If this script touched on a wound you thought was unique to you, like this video and subscribe. Here, we don't talk about how to become a millionaire in 7 days. We talk about how to have a mindset that allows you to be free, whether you have a lot or a little. Tell me in the comments, what's your earliest childhood memory of money? Was it something joyful or something burdensome? Let's bring that to light. And if you feel your biggest problem is the social anxiety that success brings, the next video is exactly for you.